You keep waiting for a sign, don't you? You keep looking up at the sky, desperately waiting for a burning bush, a booming voice, or some magical neon sign to tell you exactly what to do. But the universe doesn't work like that. It doesn't scream from the heavens. It whispers from the shadows. It speaks to you through that sudden icy drop in your stomach when someone smiles at you, but their eyes remain completely dead. It speaks through that heavy, suffocating anxiety you feel right before you walk into a room full of people you call friends. That is your primal instinct, forged over millions of years of brutal survival. It is the ultimate alarm system, aggressively warning you that you are surrounded by predators. But what do? You ignore it. You forcefully push it down. You politely smile. You rationalize their incredibly toxic behavior because you are terrified of the alternative. You are terrified that if you actually listen to the warning, you will have to walk away and be completely alone. But let me deliver the most brutal, terrifying truth you will ever hear in your entire life. If you aggressively ignore that warning today, you will spend the rest of your miserable life crying over the exact same decision. You won't cry because you were betrayed. You will cry because you absolutely, undeniably knew the betrayal was coming, and you foolishly handed them the knife anyway. You saw the red flags. You felt the shift in their energy. You noticed the subtle, passive-aggressive disrespect, but you painted those red flags white. You convinced yourself that your intuition was just paranoia. And that, my friend, is the ultimate betrayal. Not what they do to you, but what you continuously do to yourself. Let's dissect this hope you are desperately clinging to. You genuinely believe that if you just give them one more chance, one more ounce of your precious energy, they will magically transform into the people you need them to be. What a beautiful, profoundly pathetic delusion. People do not change because you love them harder. People change because their own pain forces them to. And right now, they have absolutely no pain, because you are comfortably absorbing all of it for them. You are a human shield, a convenient, disposable sponge for their emotional garbage. They dump their chaos onto you, and they walk away feeling perfectly light, while you are left completely crushed under the heavy weight of their mess. And you call this loyalty. You call this being a good person. No, it is psychological suicide. Every single time you say yes to them when your soul is violently screaming no, you are carving out a piece of your own worth and throwing it directly into the dirt. You think they respect your sacrifices? They don't. They secretly laugh at how incredibly easy you are to manipulate. They don't admire your endless forgiveness. They absolutely depend on your endless weakness. The longer you stay in this rigged game, the deeper the roots of regret will grow. Regret is not a quiet visitor. It is a ravenous beast that will aggressively eat you from the inside out. It will keep you violently awake at 3 a.m., replaying every single moment you should have spoken up, every single time you should have walked away, but didn't. Do not sign a lifelong contract with regret just to secure a temporary, fake peace with people who don't even respect you. Now, look at the concept of time. You treat your time as if you have an infinite, endless supply of it in the bank. You casually spend years, actual, irreplaceable years of your brief, chaotic life, waiting for toxic people to finally treat you right. You sit in the waiting room of their lives, hoping they will eventually call your name. But they are never going to call your name, because they already have exactly what they want: your absolute, blind compliance. Time is the one currency you can never, ever earn back. A billionaire cannot buy back a single wasted second. And yet, you are handing out decades of your life to emotional vampires like it's free candy. Imagine waking up 20 years from today. You look in the mirror. Your youth is gone. Your energy is completely drained. and the exact same people are still treating you like an absolute afterthought. How terrifying is that reality? The warning is flashing in blinding red lights right in front of your face. If you do not violently break this cycle right now, the cycle will violently break you. You will become a hollow shell, a ghost haunting your own miserable existence. The people who actually survive this world are the ones who develop a ruthless, unyielding jealousy over their own time. They do not give premium, VIP access to their energy to people who only offer cheap, discounted effort in return. You have to learn how to aggressively close the door. Not softly, not politely. You slam it shut, you lock it, and you melt the key. But what happens when you finally do it? What happens when you draw the line in solid iron and say, enough? Oh, the theater begins. The moment you stop being a convenient doormat, they will violently panic. They will aggressively spin the narrative. They will run to their little crowds and play the bleeding victim. They will confidently tell everyone how cold you have become, how selfish you are, how you have completely lost your mind. Let them. Let them scream. Let them cry. Let them paint you as the ultimate villain in their pathetic, fictional story. Do you know why? Because a villain in their story is a king in his own. You cannot let their fake outrage manipulate you back into the cage. Their anger is just a temper tantrum because their favorite toy finally stood up and walked away. Their guilt trips are incredibly cheap magic tricks, and you already know exactly how the illusion works. The true test of your evolution is your ability to stand perfectly, terrifyingly still, while they completely lose their minds trying to provoke you. You do not owe them an explanation. You do not owe them closure. Closure is a myth. The only closure you need is the heavy sound of your own footsteps walking entirely in the opposite direction. You must find immense, chilling comfort in being misunderstood by fools. If they perfectly understood you, you would be operating at their miserable level. The fact that they cannot comprehend your boundaries is undeniable proof that you have already elevated far beyond their reach. Let's dive deeper into the terrifying comfort of the known. You are heavily addicted to familiar pain. Yes, you heard me correctly. You complain about how badly they treat you. You cry about the disrespect, but you stay. Because the human brain is a bizarre, flawed machine. It would rather endure a familiar, predictable hell than step into an unknown heaven. The unknown terrifies you. The thought of standing completely alone, without the chaotic noise of their drama to distract you, literally paralyzes you. But you must understand, the pain of letting go is incredibly sharp, but it is temporary. It burns fiercely for a moment, and then it cleanses. The pain of holding on, however, the pain of staying in a room where you are actively disrespected, that is a slow, agonizing rot. It is the difference between pulling out a rotting tooth and leaving it in to slowly infect your entire jaw. Which pain are you going to choose? The sharp pain of freedom, or the dull, endless ache of enslavement? The universe is giving you a brutal ultimatum right now. It is placing the knife in your hands. You can either use it to cut the heavy, toxic cords holding you down, or you can hand it back to them and patiently wait for them to stab you in the back again. There is absolutely no middle ground. You cannot negotiate with poison. You cannot compromise with a parasite. You either brutally eliminate it, or you let it consume you entirely. Do you know what real power looks like? It isn't loud. It doesn't need to brag. Real power is the ability to look at someone you once cared deeply for, someone who repeatedly abused your trust, and feel absolutely nothing. No anger, no sadness, no desperate urge for revenge. Just pure, unadulterated, chilling indifference. Indifference is the deadliest weapon in the dark psychology arsenal. When you truly stop caring, you become completely invisible to their manipulation. They throw an insult, and it passes right through you like air. They dangle a fake apology, and you look at it like a piece of cheap plastic. That is the state of mind you must aggressively fight to reach. And you only get there by walking through the fire of the separation, by enduring the initial withdrawal symptoms of their toxic presence. Every single day you wake up and actively choose not to call them, not to check on them, not to see what they are doing. You are heavily reinforcing the steel walls of your own mind. You are slowly rebuilding the empire they tried to burn down. Do not mistake this for cruelty. It is not cruel to protect your peace with lethal force. It is the highest form of self-respect. The world has conditioned you to believe that boundaries are mean. But the world is full of manipulators who desperately need you to have no boundaries. Think about the absolute freedom that is waiting for you, just on the other side of this decision. Imagine a life where you are no longer constantly anxious about someone else's unpredictable mood swings, where you do not have to carefully walk on eggshells in your own damn house. Imagine waking up and realizing that the only expectations you have to meet are your own. That level of freedom is intoxicating. It is wild. It is incredibly dangerous to the system, but it requires a sacrifice. The toll bridge to that freedom is paid in full with the heavy tears you will shed while letting go. So let them fall. Cry the tears. Grieve the loss of the illusion. But once you are done crying, you wipe your face, you lock your jaw, and you never, ever look back. Lot's wife looked back, and she was turned into a pillar of salt. If you keep looking back at your toxic past, you will remain permanently frozen, unable to step into your powerful future. The past is a graveyard. You can visit it to learn a harsh lesson, but you absolutely cannot build a house there. The people who hurt you belong in the ground of your history. Do not keep digging them up and expecting them to breathe life into your present. This is your final warning. Not from the heavens, but from the deepest, most primal part of your own soul. It is screaming at you to finally wake up. If you skip this moment, if you scroll past this truth and go right back to the comfortable, suffocating lies you have been living, the regret will be absolutely merciless. It will slowly eat away at your sanity for the rest of your miserable life. But if you listen, if you finally stand up, dust yourself off, and aggressively take the wheel back, you will trigger a personal revolution that will shake the very foundation of your world. You will lose people, yes. You will face periods of profound, heavy isolation, yes. But in that empty space, you will finally meet the most terrifying, powerful, and unshakable person on this earth. Yourself. The crowd is irrelevant. The manipulators are completely powerless. The critics are nothing but static noise. You hold the only pen that writes your story. Stop handing it to clowns who only know how to draw cages. Write a masterpiece. Write a tragedy for them and an absolute triumph for you. The game is yours to control. Now, make your move.